Hi Aquarius, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-June 2023 love reading. Thanks to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridging the gap spread. And the way it works is I look at the past, present, and future energies between you and the main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll pull some oracle cards as well for some additional insight, and that's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on my side, we have the Lover's Path Tarot. On the right side, we have the Romantic Tarot. Excuse me. And also, keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Princess of Coins. So this is the equivalent of the Page of Pentacles. And what I see with this could just be saying that in the past, you might have started to lose faith that you could actually build this connection with this person into a stable, long-term commitment. The reason why I say that is we see the trees in the background, they seem to be losing a little bit of life. And if we look at the facial expression of the person there, we could see they don't necessarily look all that happy, right? But they're holding on to that pentacle back turned to the cards on the side. So yeah, I feel like that's primarily the thing where you had the desire for this to be a long-standing commitment, but you might have just started to lose faith that could happen in the past. Alright, past energy on their side, we have the Page of Swords. So interesting, you guys were both in the Page energy in the past, and here we see holding a sword there, right, which usually represents communication. Doesn't necessarily look like the best way to hold on to it either. And we see the candles there, which to me represents like the fire, the passion, right? So to me, this says that in the past, they might have had feelings for you as well, but might have struggled around how to express them. So that could have been just one of those things. You might have felt like because they weren't coming forward and expressing their feelings, that they didn't necessarily have feelings for you. So we could see where the disconnect would have been in the past. All right. Present energy on your side, we have the Eight of Wands. Well, Eight of Staves in this deck, but same energy. So yeah, to me this says that usually this represents communication, and we see all the birds there to me representing communication, and now we see movement toward the cards on that side, whereas in the past we see you looking away, right? So to me this says that you might actually be a lot more communicative with this person in the present and feeling a lot more confident toward the energy of this connection. And given that this is a Sagittarius card, could just be saying that maybe with the Sagittarius full moon we had recently, something around that energy might have led you to get that spark back in you. All right, present energy on their side, we have the Emperor. So this is the major arcana card for Aries, and we see a progression of, like we said with the Page of Swords there, right? We see the candles represent passion, the sword represent communication. So whereas they might have struggled with that expression in the past, it looks like in the present they're feeling a lot more confident. So it looks like ironically both of you were both in Page energies in the past, and now we see more confident, fiery energy between both of you in the present. So it could just be saying the timing's better for the two of you now as far as getting the connection on track. All right, and future energy on your side, we have Fortune. So this is the equivalent of the Wheel of Fortune in traditional tarot, which is a Jupiter energy. And you guys have Jupiter in Taurus, which is your fourth house. So it could just be saying that around your home and family life, you might just be getting some signs and synchronicities around this person. Maybe you might hear a song, for example, or have a dream that reminds you of this person. And that might be what helps guide you forward as far as the next steps to take within the connection. And it could just be saying that maybe that's the type of connection that the two of you have as well, to where maybe you might be thinking of a song and they might mention it, or you guys might discuss something and realize you were thinking of the same thing at the same time. Just weird synchronicities like that. I feel like you're going to be finding out more of them in the future. All right, and future energy on their side, we have the Four of Wands. So more Aries energy here. And of course, usually this points to commitment, celebration as well. So yeah, it could just be saying that they might actually put the effort in to help build this into a long-standing commitment. So like I said in the past, it looks like you had your doubts as to whether or not that could actually take place. Like I said, it looks like they might have been struggling around expressing their feelings, but it looks like once they actually gain that confidence, so it's like things will move forward in a pretty smooth manner from there. All right. Bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Seven of Coins. So when I see with this, it could just be saying that you might have seen this person as maybe you felt like they might have lacked a little maturity, right? So, like I said, there could have been the desire on your part for the connection between the two of you to go to the next level, but you might have seen them as, oh, I don't know if they're the commitment type, right? You might have felt like maybe they weren't taking the situation as seriously. But because what stands out to me there is it looks like there's the age difference between the two people. So it could just be one of those things where um, that was where you were starting to lose that faith, right? Like, okay, maybe this person just isn't going to take things as seriously. But like I said, it does look like they're going through a growth cycle. At the very least, even if it's not necessarily, they were lacking or anything, but just they weren't good at communicating how they felt. Looks like there was some growth in that area. All right, and bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Four of Pentacles. So could just be saying that for some of you, maybe this could explain why their approach was a bit slow. Usually the Four of Pentacles points to um, an energy of someone holding back, right? Not necessarily being that expressive. So it could just be one of those things where they might have been in a previous connection in the past that might have fallen apart. So that could have made them a little bit more gun shy about jumping into a new connection, So it could just be one of those things where they might have been that type where the Four of Pentacles energy, if we look around, it looks like there was like a pretty significant structure there, right? But we see it's falling apart. So it could just be one of those things where they could look at those types of connections like been there, done that, right? So there could have been a reluctance on their part to jump back into another connection like that. But I feel like this is saying that ultimately they're just going to work their way through that energy and they will be willing to move toward that again. All right, moving on to the Oracle cards. First, we'll see what we get from the messages of Oracle cards here. Just going to be looking for one card with general advice for the connection. All right, got one there. And next we'll see what we get from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. So same situation here, just going to pull a single card and then we'll read both of them together and wrap the reading up with that. All right, got one there. So first let's see what we got with this card. All right, it says finances. There we go. It says financial challenges are affecting this connection. So interesting there, right? We see the Pentacles in the past and your energy. And funny enough, I was talking about the Four of Pentacles for this person at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, maybe that was part of it, right? Because if we look at the energy of going from a page to an emperor too, right? Maybe that was part of it. And where you might have seen, so maybe for some of you it was more of a financial thing, right? Where you might have seen them as, oh, they don't seem to really have it together around their career, things along those lines, right? So could have been some things that gave you doubt as to whether or not they could show up the way you needed them to in the connection. But if that's the case, it looks like they are working through that energy. So hopefully that resonated. All right, and we have Truth Be Told. There's the artwork, and the number is 14. So let's see what this has to say. Okay, the relationship message says people tell you who they are very quickly if you're willing to listen to what they say and pay attention to how they behave. This card calls you to engage in heartfelt, open conversation. It's time to see the truth about what you share with each other and tell the truth about who you are and what you need. No one can do that for you. Remember that your truth is always based on your personality and experience up to now. Higher truth to be found after you communicate honestly and see how doing so has helped you become more attuned to yourself. Don't hold back. Speak your truth and listen. So yeah, definitely a pretty positive message there, and that seems to point to that Eight of Staves energy here in the present, which seems to point to some communication, most likely coming from you, but like I said, it looks like this person's gaining confidence around their communication as well. So it could just be as simple as that, right? Maybe you guys need to communicate around where you see the connection going, things along those lines. But hopefully that resonated with you guys. Wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.